people. A little inside look at my training regimen on what I do with my bands. We got a extra light. We got a light. We've got a medium. And we've got a heavy. The black was extra heavy and it snapped on me. You'll actually see in this video the yellow snaps on me too, which is pretty funny. I'm glad it didn't hit me in the face. And it's coming up right here actually. And the funny thing is everybody told me that I would do this, that this would happen, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. But you can see I put the lighter one on my pronator to kind of warm up my style of pulling. I pull a lot through the thumb and through the wrist, inside wrist bone. So that really targets where I need to pull. This is just a little light, getting the motions. This is where it snaps and almost cracks me right in my face. It's just basically me saying that I knew this was going to happen. But the reason why I like to do this is it's actually Saturday today. I took this video yesterday, Friday in the morning, and did these. I have been dealing with some personal issues, so I haven't been going to the gym every day this week. I actually haven't gone to the gym this whole week. New Year's Eve, all those holidays have kind of made it hard to get into the gym. So as you can see with two bands, it's a little bit harder, a little bit more pressure. But the reason why I'm doing this is without having an opponent, getting angles on the table, elbow pad movement, as you can see, directional movement coming to the side. The actual reason why I wanted to do this was because in last practice I was told that I need to engage my lat more, and that's something that I'm really trying to work on, which I feel like I can do here. I don't need an opponent in order to make that work. So I've been trying to really attach the lat to the back of the tricep and the the fist to the tip of the shoulder, and just keeping all those 4 points really tight. And do my best to do so. But watching some of this footage, the first thing that I noticed was I could do a much better job of keeping my fist to the tip of my shoulder. And when I say that, I mean the same hand. So here you see me using my left hand. My left fist should be as close to my left shoulder point delt as humanly possible, so that all I have to do is move my body instead of having to move my arm. It's a little bit easier to do with an opponent than it is to do with bands, because you don't get as much restraint with the bands, but it still is enough of a emulation to figure out some angles and to help. Like I said, I like to do this the day before practice. Today is actually Saturday. The video here was shot yesterday on Friday. And because I hadn't worked out all week, I like to do this just to get the blood flowing in the right areas. Shake the elbow out, feel the wrist, make sure my hands don't have any kinks or anything like that. I work myself up to getting heavier. You can see here that I'm going to put the heavy around my hand instead of the pronator on my left. But then when I switch over to my right, I do it the opposite. So bringing different points of tension and types of tension into different parts. You see, this is a little bit more difficult for me. So I wouldn't say max, definitely not max, but I definitely had to put in some more effort in order to get it to the pad and to get it to the pin pad. You can see when I get to about 3/4 down to the pin pad, I start to tighten up real well. I need to keep that tightness from the get-go. Really enjoy doing this. You can see here I put the heavy on the pronator on my right. It does make it a little bit more difficult, but my right is so strong that I'll actually have to put 3 bands on my right to feel the same tension. When I have my black band, it was a lot different, but that black band snapped based on how tight it was. I really recommend doing this. You can do it with any table. You don't have to do it with a built wooden table like I have with a frame. You can do it with your arm beds table. You can do it With a half table, you can do it anything you need. I see a lot of band use, and I think it's really, really beneficial. Obviously, weights are as well, but this is just something. See, I could be leaning back a lot more, leaning back into my my shoulder, staying tall, but getting a little bit more of my riser engaged. The 3 is not easy. You can definitely feel some more tension that way. But man, like I said, I really enjoyed this exercise day before practice. This will also be my pre-practice tonight, or pre-practice video before tonight. I feel great. My finger is a little bit bothering me out of just slipping from the last practice. The tendons in my right finger were feeling a little tight. So either way, thank you guys for sticking around and watching these videos of me training. I'll do some more insight on videos like this, whether it's pulling against somebody else or whether or not it's something like this where I'm training and going over it. But I just felt like this was a cool way to give you a little insight on what I'm doing. Obviously I'm pulling with bands, but why, how, the reason. Let's get a little bit more tension there. And this will probably be my last pull because I don't want to overdo it. But once again, thanks for checking me out. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.